Hey folks, this is Carl Gallups, host of Freedom Friday, and this is a special Freedom Friday update report. I want to give you a brief synopsis of an extremely detailed report that you can find at the link below. Official earth-shattering information has just been released from the Obama fraud birth certificate investigation conducted by lead investigator in the case, Mike Zullo. Former investigator Zullo was working under the direct authority of then Sheriff Joe Arpaio of the Maricopa County, Arizona Sheriff's Office in Phoenix, which, by the way, is the fourth largest sheriff's office in the nation. Mike Zullo released to InfoWars on December the 12th that his investigation possessed official hard copy documentation that it was the CIA that breached the Hawaii Department of Health servers on November the 14th, 2008, just after Obama won his first presidential election, and then those breaches continued until January the 12th, 2011, just 3 months before the White House released a computer version of what President Obama claimed was his authentic long-form birth certificate from 1961. The breaches were made by the CIA a total of 8 known times. The electronic surveillance database provided to Zullo in late 2013 by a then confidential informant, Dennis Montgomery, working with the sheriff's office, was apparently created by the NSA as a part of the NSA's illegal and unconstitutional Project Dragnet. It was an electronic surveillance of U.S. citizens. It was first revealed by news reports in 2005, and then further documented by the revelations of whistleblower Edward Snowden in 2013. Montgomery, represented now by attorney Larry Klayman, has since, of course, been given full immunity by the FBI. He's turned over 47 hard drives, including information he supplied to Zullo concerning Obama's fraudulent birth certificate and highly classified information that he had removed from the NSA. The documents strongly suggest that the CIA played a role in the forgery of Obama's fake birth certificate documents. Sheriff Arpaio and Chief Investigator Zullo have identified in the database breaches of known Hawaii government IP addresses accessed by known CIA IP addresses that were used in the breaches. Zullo's investigation is in possession of all of those IP addresses. Other data indicates the CIA also breached the University of Hawaii's extensive records on Hawaii history and genealogy. Montgomery also traced the IP data paths of the breached servers and discovered on a number of occasions that information was sent from the breached Hawaii computers only to be routed to a server located in Jakarta, Indonesia, Zullo said. From Indonesia, the data was sent back through the server in Jakarta, routed back to government servers in the United States. Montgomery claims the server used in Jakarta was operated by the CIA at the time the breaches were executed. Now, you'll probably remember that on December the 15th, 2016, Sheriff Arpaio and Chief Investigator Zullo held a press conference to announce the conclusion of their forensic investigation that established the long-form Hawaiian birth certificate that Obama released in a White House press conference on April the 27th, 2011, was indeed a forgery. That was confirmed by 2 independently investigating international document fraud investigation companies. These companies are used around the world in training law enforcement agencies and testifying in court concerning document fraud. They provided the Zullo investigation with affidavits attesting that the long-form birth certificate that was posted on the White House website was indeed built from the ground up on a blank template and was a forgery. At the press conference, Zullo showed a video of Obama's birth certificate alongside one obtained from Johanna Ani from Hawaii that the international forensic expert said contained 9 points of forgery, establishing that Obama's long-form computer-generated birth certificate released by the White House had been copied from Ani's birth certificate. Zullo says, quote, "What the White House released was not a physical hard copy document. It was not a copy of any verified, authentic document. It was absolutely nothing. It was a computer-generated PDF file containing a copy of something that had its metadata erased from the electronic file, making it impossible to determine origin and authenticity of the file. And of course, now we know that the CIA was breaching Hawaii Department of Health databases and the University of Hawaii historical databases during the time that the birth certificate of Barack Obama was in question. So because of all of this, Zullo is insisting that the PDF file released by the White House as Obama's legitimate long-form birth certificate has zero legal value and as such cannot be considered as any official document created and certified by the issuing state as called for by statute. This PDF file, Zullo said, cannot be relied on as proof of birth event in any legal setting. It is not paper. It was created in cyberspace and resides in a computer. On April the 27th, 2011, Obama, of course, showed the nation and the world absolutely nothing. Of course, now that the CIA has been directly implicated in the high probability that our own government had a role in fabricating the now forensically proven fraudulent Obama birth certificate, Congress and the Trump Department of Justice now have a constitutional responsibility to either confirm or deny this investigative charge. You see, this could very well be the biggest crime ever perpetrated against the United States of America in our entire history. Think of the potential implications at the very simplest level. The CIA participated in illegal computer breaches in order to commit crimes of forged ID documents, which then enabled a man who had no official U.S. ID, apparently, to become the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the world's #1 superpower, and it enabled Obama to sit in the White House for 8 years pretending to be the legitimate president of the United States of America. Considering what we now know about the complicit fake news media, the complicit federal courts during that time, the complicit Congress under the 8 years of Obama, and now the continual barrage of calls to unseat a duly elected and completely legitimate president, Donald Trump, who, by the way, was the person that in 2011 virtually forced the Obama administration to post the phony birth certificate on government website properties, you see, everything that's unfolding before us now in the news makes a lot more sense, doesn't it? I would say this is indeed earth-shattering. And let me add, what Zullo has released is only the tip of the iceberg of all the information that they possess in this case. Stay tuned for more.
The Satanists wanted to install their own tribute, a pagan idol, on the Capitol grounds, right next to the Ten Commandments.
Billions around the planet are witnessing a world in the grasp of sadistic spiritual darkness. This unholy alliance has infected our governments, our religious institutions, and our societies. The world appears to be unraveling. But can the evil behind these dark supernatural forces be defeated? Is everything playing out just as the Bible predicted it will in the final days? At last, you can know the answers to mankind's most urgent questions and learn your destiny among today's events in the new, unprecedented work taking the prophecy world by storm. Gods and Thrones, Nakash, Forgotten Prophecy and the Return of the Elohim by best-selling author, former decorated law enforcement officer, and senior pastor Carl Gallups. This changes everything. Available now wherever fine books are sold.